The Unique Umbra Sword and Umbra's Ebony armor set are some of the best items in Oblivion Remastered, and they can be obtained at level 1, immediately after escaping the Imperial prison sewer. All of that will be covered in this guide, and as usual, useful timestamps can be found in the video description. To start, after exiting the sewer, we will fast travel to the Imperial City waterfront, which is on the southwest side. We'll then need to travel across the lake to reach Vindasel, which I've placed a waypoint on. Once across the lake, the entrance to Vindasel can be found just a short distance west across a small bridge. We'll want to take care to avoid the spike pit and poison gas traps as we make our way to the end of this dungeon, where an NPC by the name of Umbra is waiting. Fair warning that Umbra is actually not hostile, and she is part of a quest, though that quest does involve defeating her for her sword. If you defeat her now, all you'll miss out on is some unique dialogue that she has pertaining to her background. Now there are two ways to go about defeating Umbra, and the first way can be done at level 1, but only if you are capable of dealing enough damage per second, or if you are willing to lower the game's difficulty. For it, we'll want to jump from this elevated area overlooking Umbra's campsite to get on top of one of the nearby pillars, and if you're having trouble making the jump, just make sure to unequip your armor, then try again. Once we are safe there, we can save the game and then initiate combat with Umbra through a ranged attack. Umbra heals over time, so if we want to defeat her, we either need to have high enough DPS, or we can lower the game's difficulty temporarily to ensure that what damage we are able to deal is enough to overwhelm her health regeneration. The benefit to this method is that her armor will be minimally damaged, and it's also a pretty straightforward method to execute. That being said, there is another way to defeat Umbra that can be done on any difficulty and could also yield some additional rewards. It is a bit more complicated to pull off though. As with before, we will need to initiate combat with Umbra by damaging her. We will then need to kite her out of the Vindasel dungeon. Again, we should do our best to avoid the poison gas and spike pit traps, or else we may need to use some healing potions. Once we've successfully kited Umbra out of Vindasel, we will need to pull her north and then east to the western entrance of the Imperial City, where the guards will do all the heavy lifting. Now, I think the devs tried to patch this exploit out of the remastered game by making Umbra go back to being non-hostile once within the city limits. The first time that she did that, I attacked her while mostly across the bridge, and it was actually me that the guards ended up targeting for breaking the law. However, I loaded back to a previous save and tried again. This time though, I made sure to be on the opposite side of where the non-hostile trigger occurred, which I believe was outside the city limits. I attacked Umbra there until she turned hostile once more. She then chased me into the city, and this time the guards did target her and left me alone. All that said, it is a bit finicky, so make sure to save often as you are going through this process. Also, another good reason to save before doing all this is in case Umbra ends up killing an important NPC. In any case, once all the appropriate circumstances were met, I made sure to heal up, save the game, then jump into this central structure area, which protected me from Umbra while the guards beat her down. I did this all on normal difficulty, but I could also see it working on higher difficulties. Once the battle is over, you can loot Umbra for her heavily damaged armor, shield, and the Unique Umbra Sword. If any guards died in the fight, you can also loot them for sellable gear. Umbra will have also been shot a bunch with silver arrows, which are the best ammo that we can get in the game at this point. If you want to see more great guides, you can head over to my channel, and if you're new, consider subscribing. You're helping me feed my cat. Her name's Marshmallow. Have a great day. If you're here today, have a great Tuesday, and as always, thanks for watching.